I'm looking for a spot to set up camp tonight. It's pretty breezy, pretty windy, so I'm going to go over among those trees and set up a camp right next to the brush. Oh yeah, this is much less wind in here. Yeah, this is a good spot. I'm going to set up my shelter between this tree here and this one right over here. My blanket roll's a really easy way to carry things. That plus a haversack is all I need for 2 to 3 days camping out, or even more if I stop along the way. But anyway, this is the blanket roll. I tie it together with hemp string, hemp cordage. And each little rope has a knot tied at the end with a loop, and that makes it easy to tie and untie. And these knots are just simple bow knots, double knotted bow knots, and they work very well. Again, all the little ropes just have a little overhand knot tied at the end. I tie the ends together so the equipment I keep inside the blanket roll doesn't fall out. Okay, unrolling the blanket roll, you can see that at one end are my clothes and everything I carry. I have an extra shirt, mosquito netting, that's particularly important when the weather's a little warmer. A ground cloth. In the 1860s and 70s, this was called a rubber cloth or a rubber blanket. But anyway, it's a ground cloth. This is a modern version of a ground cloth. Plastic bags. I'm going to fill the plastic bags with pine needles so that I have a soft bed. Always have an extra pair of socks. The most important thing to do when camping is to keep your feet dry. Hemp rope. Here I have some other important things. More hemp rope, my cordage, my little frying pan, my cooking pan, candles, and I have a little lantern. The recommendation in the 1800s is not to carry any glass because glass will probably break. But I've got a couple candles here. Then I have some lucifer matches. And you always want to keep these dry in a tin. some silverware. And then over on this side, you should always carry a backup. You know, I've got these lucifer matches, but you want to carry a backup, and that's flint and steel. The old flint and steel worked really well. This is the flint, or this is steel. And then I brought several pieces of flint in case I couldn't find any when I'm out camping. Now again, this is my backup method. They're really easy to use. Along with that, I keep some pine resin. Pine resin is an excellent fire starter, and also if I cut myself, I can melt the pine resin and put it on the cut, and it'll keep the wound clean. We've got pine resin, char cloth, and then some shredded up hemp string that can be used for the fire starter also. The camp's all set up now. I have about 6 inches of pine needles underneath my bed. I then put the ground cloth down and my wool blanket lined with a cotton sheet. And that was considered luxury camping in the 1800s. My extra clothes are right here, sort of like a pillow. And for safety, I'm keeping my spear right next to the bed. I keep candles right next to the bed along with my lucifer matches and a tin cup and water. And I've dug a trench pit here, and I'll keep a fire here all night. I can usually grab the fire and the logs and bring it to the fire. And so I guess it's about time to start the fire. Okay, a little kindling out here. See, that should get started pretty easily. Now if the lucifer matches don't work, I always can use my backup, and that's, you know, flint and steel. But I'm pretty sure the lucifer matches will work. One of the things that's recommended is that if you do use a lucifer match, you want to dip it in wax, because that way they'll still light if they get wet. Maybe I will have to use my flint. I don't know. There are reasons why you bring flint with you. Lucifer matches don't always work. There they go. Put that right there. You have to watch it carefully. It's beginning to get dark, so I'm going to set out the lanterns, and these are candle lanterns. I also found this beer can out when I was walking around, and I'm going to see if I can use that to make a lantern also, so that I can have 2 candle lanterns. And the way you do that is you just cut a little hole for the and a little water inside. Get a little more ventilation. Just we'll put it inside, And that makes a pretty good improvised lantern. I'll keep these lights going throughout much of the night. And then finally when I go to sleep, I'll put them out. Well, you can see this is working very well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to test this candle. I made this candle a couple of weeks ago with the fruit of wax myrtles. And this is something that you can do if you're in the wilderness and there are wax myrtle trees. You can make your own candles from the wax myrtles. But I'm going to take this candle out and light the one that I made. And I haven't tried this before, so we'll see how well it works. Again, this is the wax from a wax myrtle. It takes a little while to get it started. It's started, it's going well. It needs to have a little base in it. I know what I'll do. I'll take that and I'll stick it right. I'll set it on the other candle so it sits up straight. And then we'll put it inside. This is going strong. It's a good little light. It's getting dark quickly. This candle over here, the one with the wax myrtle, is still going strong. It's been about 30 minutes. The other candle's working too. It's time to go to sleep now. And so I'm going to take my shoes off and change my socks. One of the most important things to do is to change your socks when you're camping out like this if you want to stay warm. So we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Bacon and eggs for breakfast. Looks good to me. Bon appetit. I ate every bit of it. Now remember to clean your pots and pans after eating. And the way I do it is with a little bit of dirt and leaves. It scours everything nice and clean. And actually eating a little bit of dirt is good for you. Sometimes us folks in the South are called dirt eaters because we do eat a little bit of dirt. Nice and clean.